Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Myth. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important use case for GitHub Copilot, where we will see how we can utilize GitHub Copilot to prepare an analysis report for all the database file operation or interactions performed in a program. So in project, there might be some scenarios or some condition where we are supposed to prepare one analysis report for all the database file operations, right? So in that case, how to write a prompt, what should be key things that we should mention in a prompt to get the proper result. These things we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. So we will proceed in the same way. Firstly, I'll explain you the code. I'll show you the demo program that I have already created. According to that demo program, we will write the prompt and then we will verify the output as well. Okay. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use GitHub Copilot for database file operation analysis. But prior to that, we have already covered various sessions. And for that, you can also refer the Tech Myth digital coursebook, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find more than 3600 plus sessions available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can easily consume the content. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. Here you can see currently I'm in one program that is studentdatabase.py, and it is a program for school management. So a school management system that stores student record in SQLite database, perform CRUD operations and generate a report of top performing students. So this is the overall agenda of the program. So if you look at carefully, you will find that there is one method, and inside this method, firstly, we are creating the table. So here we are creating the table if it does not exist, right? Then we are inserting some sample data into it. After that, we are selecting all records to display, right? Then some update logic is there, some select logic is there to fetch the top performing students, right? And then we have some delete operation. Likewise, we have multiple operation performed on database in this Python program. Okay. Now what we will do, we will write one perfect master prompt. That prompt will automatically analyze your source code for all database file operations and prepare one analysis summary report for us. Okay. So let me show you how it will work. So before that, let's select this program from here. So it shows this program name because we are in this file. So when you click on this, it will automatically consider this program as a context. Okay. And here I'll just simply paste my prompt, which I have already created. Now I'll just simply walk you through the source, this entire prompt, and then we'll see the output. So as usual, firstly, we are assigning the role to this. So I'm assigning the role that you are a senior Python developer and database expert with 20 years of experience in identifying, reviewing and explaining database interaction in Python application to beginner, junior developer and non-technical audiences. Okay. Second is task. So after assigning the role, we are assigning the task. I have a Python program named studentdatabase.py. In this program, there is a function called manage student database. This function performs multiple database operations using SQLite. Your task is to read this function carefully and identify every single database interaction present in this function and explain what each one does in a simple plain English. Okay, so this is our requirement. Also, we have specified that do not explain the full file, focus only on the function manage student database. So I'm not interested into the entire source code. I just want to analyze that particular method from a source. Okay. Then there are some set of rules that we want to follow while doing this analysis. So let's see what all and why these rules are important, because there are multiple things that AI can walk through, right? So what we will do, we will specify few rules so that it will not hallucinate unnecessarily. Okay. So let's see what all views we have. So first thing is use plain English only, avoid heavy technical jargon. Okay. Second thing, do not skip any database interaction, identify and cover every single one. Then explain each database interaction in the same order as it appears in the code from top to bottom. For each interaction, clearly mention which SQL operation is performed, whether it's create operation, insert, select, update, delete, commit or close. Okay. Then fifth rule says explain what would happen to database if a line was removed or skipped. Do not modify or rewrite the function, only explain it as it is. Keep your language simple enough for the first year programming student. Okay, so we want it very simple. Do not assume anything that is not written in the location. Okay, so function. So we don't want to assume anything. That GitHub Copilot should only look for the source code. Do not assume it. Okay. Then there are some output requirement like purpose of this function. So write 2 to 3 lines explaining what database work this function performs overall. Okay. Then database interaction found. So here I want these information, like firstly list every database interaction found in this function. For each interaction write the following: first, interaction number. Okay. Then type of the operation, whether it's a create, insert, so we need that type. Plain English explanation of what this interaction does. And last point is what would break or be missing if interaction was removed. Okay. Then we have third rule that shows the flow of the database operation. So that I also want. So I clearly mention explain the sequence of all database operation from start to finish. Explain how data flows from Python code into the database and back. Then some real world analogies are there. So give one real world analogy that explain how these database interaction work together. The analogy should be relatable to everyday's life. And at the end, we simply mention about few important logic and special handling. So mention any special decision made in the database interaction. Example like why commit is used, why close is needed, why parameterized queries are used instead of string formatting, why fetch all is used instead of fetch one. So these kind of things should be answered in our output or analysis report. And at the end, we have clearly mentioned the output format, that use clear section handling. I think these are the things that we always keep in our prompt. So today also we are using it. So use clean section handling for each of the 5 point above. Use bullet point inside each section. Keep the total explanation under 400 words. Do not write any code in the output, and plain English explanation. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll just simply press enter here. Once you press enter, it will start going through your program and it will start preparing the analysis report. Now very important thing, once it prepared the output, always make a habit to review it. Okay, because there might be a chance that it will hallucinate and it will provide you the wrong output. So always make sure that you verify it before we move further. Okay. So let's verify that what output it created for us. So first is purpose of this function. This function opens a SQL database, create a student table, adds sample student record, and shows different kind of database work. It also changes one student mark, find top student, mark one student as an inactive, and then removes the table when the demo is done. Okay, so overall this is the function of operation. Then some database interaction found. First is open database connection. So this opens the file database named schooldb, so Python can work with it. If it is removed, nothing else in the function could talk to the database. So likewise, it will explain you the each interaction. Also, it will explain what will happen if we remove that part. Okay. Then we have some create thing. So create the student table only if does not exist, already exist. Okay, if removed later, insert, select steps would fail because the table would not exist. Okay, then we have commit. So it saves the new table structure to the database. If removed, the table creation may not be properly stored. So likewise, it explains all the interactions that are performed on a file in a very simple terms. Okay. Then we have flow of database operation, like the function opens the database, create a storage space for students. insert sample data, read it, back, update one record, read filtered result marked as one record as inactive, and reads active records, then cleans up the close to the databases. Okay, so this is how it will work. Okay, and then we have some real world analogies also there, some important logic and special handlings there, like commit is used so changes are actually saved, close is needed to finish cleanly and free resources, parameterized queries use placeholder which is safer and keeps value separate from SQL text, fetch all is used because the code wants all matching rows, not just one row. Okay, so yeah, this is how you will utilize a GitHub Copilot for your analysis for Python program, particularly for database file operation. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we'll discuss few more things. So thank you for watching TechSharemith.